Hello friends, my name is Jose Luis. In this opportunity, I'm going to show you how to make a very nice and easy to make spice rack with 2 drawers that can be removed and replaced again. I'll leave the measurements at the end of the video. Let's get to work. We start by marking the boards on the side of the spice rack. We check which is the most beautiful part of the wood and leave it facing out. We place it evenly and adjust it with a press. Then, we make an arrow and mark at 2.3 centimeters. That would be the thickness of the boards. We leave 15 centimeters and we mark again the thickness, which would be 2.3 centimeters. From top to bottom, we mark it at 20 centimeters, and we make 3 lines of 20 centimeters. Those lines are for the 3 shelves. We mark an arrow on each one so that we don't make a mistake on which side we have to make the holes. We open it and mark it on the inside. This time, we're going to make all the supports with dowels, since the shelves are narrow. And that would be the outside part, where we are going to drill holes to cover the head of the screws with a wick of 1 centimeter and a depth of approximately 8 millimeters. This would be the outside part, and this would be the inside part where the shelves would go. The shelf measures 18 centimeters, and then we are going to mark the back 3 centimeters, and then 15 centimeters, 3 and 15 centimeters. Then we also make a hole with the 1 centimeter 3-pointed bit. We do this with a depth of approximately 1.7 centimeters. That would be for the shelf supports, and we put it back evenly, and we mark 12 centimeters from the part of the crosspiece that would be the drawer box, and we mark 7.5 centimeters. Then, we mark it with a circle with a diameter of 15 centimeters. It is the little curve that you can see, and this would be to make the assembly. On the other side, we mark the same 7.5 and 7.5. We join the lines and mark the curve. This would be the floor and the top of the drawer box. We placed it even, centered it. This bottom board, which would be the floor, has to be the same size in the assembly. We also mark the thickness, which would be 2.3 centimeters, and here you must be careful because you have to take out only 13.3 centimeters from the back side. On the bottom board we mark it in the center, and we mark it 1 centimeter on each side. There would be a rod where the drawers would be separated. And there we started to cut the assembly of the board that would go through. That would be for the drawer box. You have to be very careful when cutting this. You can do it with a saw or also with a jigsaw. But if you take it out very tightly, you will crack that part that is practically suspended. With a little effort, you can break it. That's why you have to do it very carefully. That would be the side which would be the other half wood assembly, which I tell you to center the cut at 13.3 more or less, because it is 26.5 centimeters long. There we cut the part of the entrance of the board of the side with the curve. There we sand it with the soft sanding disc. We take it back and forth without adjusting the piece against the roller. Always soft, so it doesn't make a hole. You have to let it slide as soon as possible. And there we place the rod with a 12.35 nail. This rod will be the separator of the drawers. There I have already sanded the faces of the boards, and there before placing vinyl glue, I check if it is not going to enter very tight. If not, I have to make an adjustment with a rasp, or it can be with the same jigsaw, so that it does not enter tight, because otherwise it will crack that part that is practically floating from the half wood. And we put glue in that way, also on that other piece. There on this side where the floating wing is, we also put glue on it. And also where it would be glued. And we place it very carefully because if we cross it, it will also crack. We have to make sure that the base is more or less square, so we can hit it. Once the back part is in place, we clean the tail. This board does not go centered the half wood cut, because it is wider. Since it protrudes, you have to take that into account. Here I am going to place the bottom board, which would be the floor. I made a hole with the guide bit. I made a hole, but I put glue on both ends. I place them evenly, place a screw, hit them a little bit, and place the other two remaining ones. The guide bit is 3 mm and the screw is 4 mm. Those are 52 mm long screws. They are what is popularly called needlepoint. I set the square that way, where you can also measure it with the crossed meter. There I will put the dowels to cover the head of the screws, and there I will put the dowels for the shelf support. These supports work well when the boards are narrow. That is, the shelves are small, then it works well, otherwise it's not very convenient. Then I run the orbital and finish it by hand, taking off the edges a little bit. And I'm going to screw the top part of the roof. I adjust a little with the press a shelf to give me the right size, center it, and drill a hole for a screw, put some glue, and screw it. I put in the remaining screws and remove the press. As the shelf is a little tight, I hit it, now that the glue is fresh. I'm going to nail the 3 mm plywood bottom. I center it. I always match the longest part and put a little nail to hold it, and I start sewing it in that way. There I have to sew by part to stretch the plywood. I mark it with the ruler so as not to miss the nail of the crossbeam. In this way I finished nailing it with 10 to 20 flat head nails. I prepared these brackets to be screwed through the wall. One at the bottom, and the other one I screwed through the furniture above. I put glue on it. In this way, I screw it through the wall of the cabinet, and below I make it sit on the other rod. First I place the rod level. I put it through the wall, seat it, and frame it on top, and put it in place with dowels. Here I show you how I am going to prepare the drawers, only with a little nail because they are very small drawers, and it is enough. It already has the grooving. On the back side, I always saw twice. Then, I take out the piece so that the plywood can fit in. You always have to take into account the grooving so as not to nail it up because it wants to go through. It happened to me several times. And once it is, we put it in square, we pass the orbital, we remove the edge a little bit. We test the drawers. We present the fronts. I mark it, remove the drawer and make a hole with the 3mm drill bit. On that side, I leave the bottom and the side even, and on the other side, I follow the line of the pen. I make sure it's right and make the necessary adjustments. I present the other side and do the same. I'm going to mark for the knobs. I mark the center in 6 centimeters. They can be placed in the center too if you like. That wouldn't be a problem. The knobs are made of wood that I'm going to put on with the same screws that we assembled. I place the plywood bottom and place the 10 to 20 flat head nails. I place the shelves. It's ready. Well friends, the spice rack is ready. If you like it, give me like, share with your friends. Any questions you have, comment, I'll be answering them. See you in the next video. Bye bye.